I want to share with you how to promote your music like Steve Jobs promoted Apple. You see, success leaves clues. And if you look at the clues that other successful people have left behind and you model it and just apply it to your music career, you are going to blow up. My name's Chris, also known as The Artist Manifest. We have just under 1 million monthly listeners. And let's start with number 1. Steve Jobs started in his garage. No money, no excuses. Don't despise your small beginnings. I started in my mom's basement, and now music has bought me multiple houses. I've toured all across the world, and I've been really blessed. A lot of my friends, producers, started in their mom's basement. So don't despise small beginnings. It's okay to start in the mom's basement. Don't hate on it. Just don't stay there. Have a big dream. See yourself bigger. Hang out with people that are where you want to be. Okay, but Steve started out small, but he didn't stay there. Number 2, he collaborated with other people. He found Steve Wozniak, and he leveraged his talent to build the computer. He partnered with him. Eminem has his Dr. Dre. Katy Perry had Dr. Luke. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the producers that I teamed up with. Stop doing this alone. It's way better to have a collaborator to get to your goal. Even if you're sharing a little piece of the pie, you want to work with other people, my friends, right? Number 3, he realized quickly he needed a team. Not just a partner, but he needed a team. And if you haven't seen that movie, Jobs, you need to use it because Wozniak is all stressed out because Jobs set this deadline to turn in the Apple One, I think it was. And all of a sudden he's getting stressed out. He can't meet the deadline. And Steve's like, you're right, man. We need people. We need a team. And so we brought other people in to help and leveraged other people's time, talent, and resources. If your dream doesn't require a team, you're not thinking big enough. I hire producers. I hire graphic designers. I hire freelancers on Upwork, on Fiverr, on so many different platforms to leverage other people's talent so I can do what I'm best at, which is writing songs. You have a superpower and you need to focus on that and not all these little micro tasks. I don't book my own shows. That's why you delegate a booking agent. I don't do my own press. Not that I even like hiring publicists, right? So you want to hire out people, bring people along you to help you. You shouldn't be shooting and editing your own music video. You want to hire these things out. You want to hire out your lyric video, whatever it is. You want to use other people's talent and so that you can focus on what you need to do. Number 4, he used other people's money. One of my favorite parts in that movie is when I think it's Michael comes in and he offers Steve some money. And Steve's like, well, I don't think it's going to require more than that. And Michael's like, well, I don't see anybody else coming in here with a checkbook. He's like, I'm the only one here. And Steve was like, okay, let's do it. And he used other people's finances to fund the dream. I used to be so against debt, and I am bad debt, but when it comes to investing in your business to make it grow, in my opinion, that's good debt. You got to take risks. You want to use the label's money? The problem with that, when you use the label's money, they give you the money, but then they control everything. When you're using investors, of course, you got to check out what the deal is, or you're borrowing from a bank. Once you pay the bank back, you still own it. When you borrow money to buy a house with a mortgage with a bank, you pay back the mortgage, you now own the house. When you borrow money from a label, you pay it back with interest, but then you still don't own your baby. So be careful how you use other people's money. Make sure it's either a bank or an investor where you are the majority share owner. Just watch some Shark Tank. Number 5, and this is one of my favorite ones, but you got to be careful here. You got to hustle hard. You got to work hard, man. You got to put the time in, but you got to put it in the right places. You don't want to just work hard. You want to work smart. You want to just be grinding it out. You want to make sure you're leveraging. In the movie Jobs, it shows Steve Jobs just making all these different phone calls to people, and people are hanging up on him, and he's frustrated, but he's not giving up, right? And then he made so many phone calls, somebody finally showed up, and it was an investor. You see, he wasn't just calling all these little micro stores, little Radio Shacks to get his, computers in on consignment. He was thinking bigger, right? I remember actually back in the day when we had our CDs and we would go to stores and we would try and get them in stores on consignment. And that's small thinking. Well, what's the big thinking when it comes to music? Distribution. That's what we used to always want with physical CDs, and you can still get that, right? Physical distribution, but right now, it's all about digital distribution. That's what TuneCore, DistroKid, CD Baby is. They're a digital distributor to get your music everywhere, right? You want to think bigger. You want to stop thinking one-to-one and go one-to-many. What's the one deal that you do that is now in front of everybody, right? Like, that's what I'm talking about. Make sure you hit like and subscribe. We're not done yet. Number 6. The product was great. Is your product great? You know, we hired an illustrator to do this for our new CD. We hired someone to do the logo, to make it really nice, to make it look amazing, the artwork. And whether you do physical or not, you know, does it look great? Does it make people want to buy that, be a part of that brand? Or are you just whipping it off there? And then most importantly, because people don't hear you first, they see you first. But then if you've got the artwork great, it's killer. Does it sound good? Does it sound good? You know? Is your product beautiful? Does it sound great? Is it mixed well? Is it written well? Or is it like, oh, how many songs can we get done in a month kind of thing? Or do you actually really work at it? I really hope this has inspired you. And before I share number 8, which is the most important one, I just want to encourage you first to make sure you hit like and subscribe. Leave a comment that you're chasing your dreams, but also make sure you join our next 10x Your Fanbase Get More Fans Challenge. If you go to 10xyourfanbase.com/live challenge, I train you for 5 days straight doing Q&A, blowing it up, answering all your questions, plus you get a whole bunch of training. So click the link below this and make sure you sign up for that because I want to help you blow up your career. Number 8, what did Steve realize? The product didn't just have to be great. It had to be beautiful. We know that we love those Apple iPhone boxes and our MacBook. Everybody keeps their product. Why? Because it's beautiful. It's got that wow factor. You know, do your songs, do your packaging, do your videos, your lyric videos, everything that you create, does it make people go, wow, I want to share that, right? Like, not just cool, but is it talk about worthy, right? Would people want to talk about it? And then finally, your business has to be profitable. And that's the dream and where we're all trying to get with our music, and why I tell artists, don't quit your job so soon. Invest your money into your music career so that you grow business and it becomes profitable. Well, how do you start doing that? Well, with recurring revenue. Right? Like, the coolest thing about music is it's an asset. Once you've created and it's online, it can be working for you while you're sleeping. And that's how you find financial freedom, is to be making money while you sleep. You will never be financially free until you can make money while you sleep. And while I sleep, people are streaming my music all across the world. People are downloading it, watching the music videos, the lyric videos. So you're in the right business, my friend. It's just that maybe you haven't pushed it, you haven't marketed it to the point now that it's working for you. And you need to work hard on your music, but you need to work hard marketing it, getting it out there. And if that was number 9, that's where Jobs was a genius in making videos that were very powerful. That one in the movie talks about where there's that Olympian throwing that big hammer through the screen and just saying how 1984 is not going to be like 1984. Like, things are going to change. He used powerful marketing, powerful images, powerful messaging to get his brand out there. Well, we need to do the same thing as artists.